How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to DC 10 Presents. I'm your Dungeon Master, Ben. Today, like always, I am joined by Fox.
My neck hurts.
By Rianne.
Hi.
By Mike.
Oh, hi.
By
Hi.
Matt.
Hello.
By Joe.
Hey.
By Chris. He might still be getting food.
He's munching.
By Pancake.
Yellow.
And by Cody.
Nah.
Apologize for the lack of a stream last week, if you pay attention. We were having some power issues at my house, but it should be good. And also, because I am a POS streamer, I haven't thanked Mediocre and Sad Noodle and Jaggroovy, even though I know who that is. Thank you guys for your subs.
I didn't see the noodle sub. He's a buddy of mine.
Yeah, man. And Pancake. Thank you for supporting our stream.
You're welcome, Daddy.
Just a quick reminder that all these episodes are re-uploaded on our YouTube channel. Should probably pimp that out a little bit. YouTube.com/DC10presents. Usually they get up about a week after our live game. But with no one missing and no further announcements, let's get into this week's episode.
That's a good plug, buddy.
Last time we left off, you guys had left Ogden. Well, first you guys had kind of gone into Caldor's shop and discussed your options, realizing that the city of Kilhema was not as you had left it. It seems as though the king has taken a turn as more of a tyrant and kind of locked the city down and has been forcing some of the subjects into conscription, into the war. It's just generally not a nice place anymore. You all bought a mirror of scrying along with some other items, and using that, Zannah, looking for her sister Zula, saw a scene of an airship crash in the mountains just out of Kilhema, and that triggered a memory for Grimm. You guys decided you were going to go investigate, and you were going to attempt to rescue Zula from whatever fate had befallen her. On your trip, a couple other people used the mirror as well. Thracken looked to try to find his father, and was met with a horrific sight, as well as Saint attempted to scry on the soul of Marshall, and that was unsuccessful. And you guys had eventually made your way to the Royal Mountain Range and camped right at the base of the set of cliffs that Grimm had remembered from their dreams. So, as you guys had fallen asleep the night prior, Zula, you didn't get a ton of sleep, just kind of looking up into the mountains, thinking of the fate that your sister, thinking about the things that your sister was possibly going through, as you guys camped comfortably at the base of the mountain. Other than that, though, the majority of you guys slept well, and as the sun begins to rise, the day is yours. So, Arms of the Kraken, what would you guys like to do?
I am getting ready, like just packing my stuff up as quick as I can so we can go.
That was a great 2-week-long sleep.
It felt like 2 weeks, huh? I'm ready to go too.
Did I give Caldor those messenger balls last week? I don't remember.
You gave him the one, and then on your trip you made a couple more.
Okay, yeah.
Thraken's gonna get up and do the real big morning stretch and let out a fart.
I'm like doing the runner stretches, like doing like the leg stretches.
Okay.
One knee then the other knee.
As you guys look up kind of into the mountains, those of you who have left the tent, You guys don't see a ton of vegetation or anything like that. There's a couple like small shrubs, but for the most part, it looks like your journey up is going to be several just kind of sheer cliff faces. You've gotten as close as you comfortably can with the mammoths to your destination, but
Hey Grimm.
Oh, what's up, bud?
You know how in your story it was a blue dragon, right? That attacked you guys?
I'm not real sure it was blue, but it sounded an awful lot like that blue dragon that went by.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking maybe he has a secondary home here, or this is his home, his mountain range, the one we met back on the other mountain.
That would make sense, but why the hell would he leave this mountain for that one?
Oh, well, I mean, you heard him say it. He was bored. Maybe he got bored. Just went over there. And came back
Can I
here
hear this
after
conversation?
After we
Yep.
kicked his ass.
So I'm just going to like interject as he's saying that and say, wait, you think there's a blue dragon on this mountain and my sister's by herself on this mountain with this blue dragon?
Yes.
Then we need to go now.
Guys, I get the feeling that Zannah's looking to save Zula.
Well, I think Zannah's probably right. We should probably pack up as fast as we can and get going. We gotta look for a way up this sheer cliffside.
Well, enough talking, more hoofing.
Anybody know enough about mammoths to know if they can fly?
Dude, they have wings.
They sure they do, huh?
Big E just like looks at you and like just like shakes his head back and forth.
If they had wings, then Hareson's mammoth would be with us still. But let's go, guys.
You ready for this big
Ah.
trek, Big E?
Hareson almost got over that memory.
I think his trip's done there, buddy. He's gonna have to wait here.
Oh, is this? You said this is sheer mountain.
Yeah, you've gotten as close as you can to kind of the summit that the mammoths can go.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any rope to tie him up here so we can come back for him?
Well, I don't want him, sitting here.
He's a mammoth. He'll be fine.
I mean, all right.
Right, but if there's a blue dragon, they need to be able to run.
Nah, they can fight. Look at him. Look at that big guy. He's massive. He's fine.
He's like,
All right, Big E.
you know how dogs like kick at their ears to like scratch their ears?
Yeah.
As you say that, the mammoth's over there like trying to get his back leg up to his ear.
See? That's pure fearsome might. Alright. How are we gonna get up this cliff face?
Des? Maybe you could get a better view up top.
Yeah, I could fly up. 1 second here. Sorry, I was switching character sheets. I was looking at my character sheet and I was like, none of this looks like anything that I have.
None of this makes sense.
Yeah. So sorry, the past 2 minutes have been
Why do I have
very
a
confusing.
fireball?
Yeah, the past 2 minutes have been extremely confusing for me. I'm sorry. Okay.
Broken word death, huh?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start
Disintegrate.
flying. I'll start flying up the cliff face.
Okay. This first kind of cliff face, the kind of like unwalkable terrain or whatever, is probably close to 150 to 200 feet up. So I don't know if you have rope that extends that far or what you're gonna do, but Des, you are able to just take flight and begin flying up through the crisp kind of mountain air until you see kind of a terrace at the top. There's other rocks and stuff, but a place that you guys could safely kind of get the entire group up to.
Is the wall slick or is it nice and dry and grippy?
I mean, it's dry and grippy.
I have
I'm
50
gonna just
feet
run
of
up
rope.
that bitch.
You're gonna run up we'll call it 170 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, as a monk, how far up can you, because I know you can feasibly do this. As far as your ability goes, how far can you run straight up?
I mean, I know combat-wise, I could do like my whole movement up a wall.
But don't you have
Think he
a
can
monk
just do it.
ability? Yeah, don't you have a monk ability where you can scale like a sheer face?
Yeah, it's like,
Gives
it's like
you
a
a-
passive.
Yeah, it gives you like a distance.
I
me
think it's
check.
just your speed.
Yeah, I think he can just do it.
Yeah, at 9th level, you gain the ability to move along vertical surfaces and across liquids on your turn without falling or during the move.
Okay.
It doesn't say distance.
Say distance. So, what is your current movement speed?
45.
Okay. So with a dash, that would be 90.
Step of the wind.
As you kind of take a step back and look at this cliff face, you can see the small speck that is your owlin friend Desparoux flying up kind of into the clouds a little bit. I wouldn't say there's like heavy cloud cover, but it kind of gets a little hazy. You take a couple quick breaths. Just for flavor, why don't you go ahead and make a dexterity check for me?
I would be. Would I be seeing him doing this, like beginning to start running up the wall?
Make a perception check for me. You're more kind of eyes
Far
forward,
away.
looking,
Yeah.
looking up.
I
Just
got
wanna
a
be
21 by the way.
ready.
A 21, by
Ready
the
to
way.
catch.
Okay. Take a couple quick breaths and you begin to run. Your feet finding kind of natural cracks that are very difficult to even see to the naked eye. And you just begin bounding. To anyone else looking, it looks like you're just running straight up a cliff face, but you are finding like small nooks and crannies to place your feet. But you get about halfway up before your momentum begins to slow. With that 21, you notice a small kind of fissure in the rock, and you jump and get your hand up into it, and kind of it allows you to take a breath and kind of relax a little bit.
Whew. I look down. Hey, what's up, guys? You coming?
Show off. And so I'll
DM,
start-
since I'm a changeling, can I turn into? I cannot pronounce that race. The bird.
An Aarakocra?
Yeah, can I
You
turn
can, however, you do not gain the benefits of flight from it.
Oh, okay. Then I won't do that.
It's basically you're changing your form to look like it. You don't have like the hollow bones and the actual like feathers and everything like that.
Oh.
Think of it as like your skin and your muscle transforming to like that shape to mimic it, but it's not like the actual feather. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Basically a hologram.
Okay.
Just like if you changed into like a mer person, you wouldn't be able to breathe underwater, you know?
Okay. So like Mystique, I don't get the power. I just
Yep.
get to look like
You
it.
just look like it.
Okay.
Thracken will start climbing.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Okay, and as I go, I'd like to hammer in some pittons and
Okay.
tie the rope off.
Did you give
Dollars?
us a footage for how tall this is?
I said about 170 feet.
Is there a water source nearby?
There is not an active water source nearby.
Sorry,
Huh?
What did you
There's
say?
not. You would know that a couple miles away, well, I'd say close to like 10 or 20 miles away from you, like towards the actual city of Kilhema, there's that large river that kind of runs under the mountain range.
Yeah.
But you guys are like up in the mountains right now.
Okay.
You said athletics, right?
Yes.
Yeah. 11.
In 11. Okay. I'm not gonna say you can't, but it is it's tough going, slow going. There's not a lot of like easy handholds for you to get your fingers into. A lot of times when you grab at something, you'll like pull an entire rock out that'll kind of clatter down, and you have to yell out to your friends. But eventually you do get probably about 40 feet up and hammer in the first piton. Do you have a rope to attach to that?
Yes.
You tie off that rope, Do you have the lead end of it tied to you, or are you just free climbing?
It will be tied to me now.
Okay. Real quick, hang on, real quick, Des. Thracken, make an intelligence check for me, and I'm gonna say at disadvantage because you're trying to do this while holding onto the wall.
Okay.
I was gonna ask if I could fly down there and be ready to
14.
assist if they fall.
You can. I'm not gonna say you can't. You fly up, you scout out kind of that safe passage area up there, and you begin to fly down. You can see Nim kind of resting about halfway up, and then as you're flying down, you see Thracken kind of spread out, holding on to the pitten with one hand, and with the other hand, like trying to tie this rope around him. Thracken, you get a decent knot. You're not sure, how far you could fall before it untied, but it seems pretty decent.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stay within 60 feet of them at all times, just kind of like kind of hovering around, maybe resting on a rock near them.
Okay. As Thracken is climbing and Nim is about halfway up, is there anything else anyone else wants to do, or are you guys all just kind of waiting?
I'm watching Thracken.
Okay.
I mean, I'll just go the rest of the way if I can.
Yeah, go ahead and make another dex check for me.
That is a 20. What is it again? It's my bonus. 23.
23. Okay. You kind of crack your neck one more time, loosen up your shoulder to give you a little bit of distance before jumping up, getting your momentum back, and sprinting the other, I said 90 feet, so about 80 feet until you crest the top, and you find yourself in a relatively safe kind of area to hang out on the side of this cliff.
Whew. I dangle my feet over the edge, like kicking my feet.
All right.
Do you have a rope up there? I yell, hey, do you got a rope up there?
Well, I do. I don't have one of those, and I point all the way down at Thracken where his pitten is.
You got yourself.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can hold that big man, the big metal man.
I have a pitten. I have only. Oh no, I have quite a few actually.
I was gonna see if holler over at Dez. It's flying around. Dez, you got an extra rope?
I do. I have 50 feet.
Oh, perfect. Can I get it?
Yeah.
It's like awkwardly.
I didn't know if you wanted it now or later, and so I pull out
actually, if you could fly up a little bit and hammer it. Well, I guess you kind of need both your hands to fly.
Okay, so again, we discovered this.
Yeah.
Owlin have wings and arms.
So I can do that. I'll do that. But I'll do the one above, like whatever like it'll. Like the last one. So you'll do the next one, and I'll do the last one that gets them to the top.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
All right, Thracken, go ahead and make another athletics check for me.
Okay. Big bucks, no whammies. That'll do. 17.
17. Okay. Having been kind of climbing up this, we'll call it almost like a limestone. You've kind of started to figure out, where the bad holds are going to be. And so avoiding that, this part of the journey is a little bit easier going. So you tied off the first line, climb up, you get about 50 feet-ish up, and you begin hammering in the next pitten. How much rope do you have on you total, by the way?
The one tied to me, and then the one Des just gave me.
Okay. So you guys can get safely about 100 feet up this cliff.
Well, wait. I had 50 feet of rope. How much did Thracken have?
50 feet of rope.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Another 50.
I had a brain fart.
Des, you want to fly down or up, see if any of them have any more?
I got 50 feet.
Oh, drop it on down, buddy.
I just like, okay. I like it, like, while it's in like still in the loop, right? So
Mhm.
it's like, you know, heavy. It's not just loose. I just drop it right above them.
Okay. Thracken, make a dex check for me.
You fucking asshole, Pancake.
Can I,
Drop it down.
I'm Flash of Genius, by the way. So you
Dex saves
you have-
against things I can see.
+4 to this, by the way. So 19.
A 19? Okay. You track the rope coming to you, and you reach up to grab it, and it actually falls so that it like coils around your arm, and you kind of catch it in the nook of your elbow.
Nice.
It pulls a little bit, but I mean you were ready for it, so nothing bad happens.
Whew. All right.
Good catch.
Thanks, buddy. I give him a thumbs up.
All right, Thracken, are you gonna go the next 50 feet now?
Yeah.
Okay, make another athletics check for me.
Big bucks, no way. Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, you definitely have your climbing arms under you. I almost said sea legs, but you know, completely different thing. And you climb the next 50 feet up, hammer in the pit and tie off the rope. So you guys now have 150 feet. There's just that last kind of 20 feet to the top.
Does anybody got any more rope?
I don't think I have any.
Did you say that on the headset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used
I got
my
some.
rope for the mammoths.
I got 50.
So yeah, we'll just carry it up with you, and then when you get up here, we'll give it to me, and I'll fly it up to the top.
All right. Well, you heard the man. I'll start crawling.
All right. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me with advantage.
And I'm gonna kind of climb down the rope to save. Would it be more like energy taxing for me to climb down the rope or to fly down again?
It'd
to
be
make sure?
about the same like energy level. It's
Oh,
just
Thank God you got advantage.
just different muscles being used.
Yeah. I'll just kind of rest for a bit and be watching.
Grimm, you make it up to the first kind of pitton, and you tie yourself off to the loose end of the next one. Go ahead and make a second athletics check for me with advantage. Okay, Grimm, you get about halfway up this kind of stretch or whatever before you reach out, and the limestone under your hand kind of crumbles, and you fall about 20 feet until the rope is taut on your waist or whatever, and it holds you there dangling. You do take 2 points of damage just from the kind of a jolt of hitting that bottom.
Y'all could have told me about that loose spot. Damn.
How far above the ground are they now?
I mean, they're back to being just kind of 50 feet off the ground.
Okay. Kind of looking up. I go, hey, bud, you got this. Giving them 2 thumbs up.
While I've got my like self situated, want to kind of like shake myself and go again.
Okay.
As I saw that, I also say, I believe in you. You can do it. And I'm going to send an inspiration.
There you go.
Okay.
So, Grimm, go ahead and make another athletics check with advantage.
+0.
A 16. Okay. You do manage to make it up this kind of stretch. You're starting to get a little bit winded, but you've made it this far. You're almost there. You carefully tie yourself off to the third line and untie the second. And I would like you to make one more athletics check for me. A 12. As you...
Well, I got inspiration.
Yeah, you get about 3/4 of the way up before you start to feel your muscles kind of getting shaky. If you want to roll that inspiration dice for me.
D8, right?
Yep.
Ooh, nice.
6. Okay. You hear Zannah's words kind of echo in the back of your head. You find your strength, and you do make it up to where Thracken is kind of just chilling on the side of the mountain right now.
I hand up the rope. Fucking take this.
Well, I guess I'll. Hey, Nim, catch.
Okay.
Alright.
Make a strength check for me, Thracken.
That's a saving throw, not a check. 22.
A 22. Okay. No issues. You kind of feel the weight of the rope and you launch it up. Nim, go ahead and make a dex check for me.
That is a 14.
14. Okay. You kind of reach out to grab at the rope and you start to kind of lose your grip on the ledge where you are. Kind of extended yourself out just a tad bit too far and you kind of start to feel yourself going over the edge. Like your momentum taking you out over the edge.
I'm gonna just lean back.
Okay. Make a dex save for me this time.
I'm way better at those than normal dex check. Yeah, that's that 20 for a 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you feel your momentum taking you off the mountain, you instantly just like flip around, grab onto the edge of the ledge, and then climb back up to the top. The rope, by the way, its natural arc. That's not the right sound. The rope's natural arc, though, does take it over the edge, and it lands about 5 feet behind you.
Whew, all right. I'm gonna just like position myself back into like a like a secure position, just like hold it there because I don't have to pit and.
Okay.
Is there like a rocky? Yeah, I'm gonna holler up. Is there like a rock you can tie it to as well?
Let me check. I'm just turn my head, just like.
Yeah, make a quick investigation check for me.
I'm a heavy feller. It's gonna be tough to hold me.
I got a +1 for a 11.
An 11? I mean, there's a couple of rocks that you could tie it to.
Are they close enough to me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just like grab one, shake it around, see if it like budges at all.
Okay. What is your just strength modifier?
+1.
A +1? Okay. It seems relatively sturdy. It doesn't move too much.
All right. I'll tie it around it.
Okay.
And I'll stay next to it just in case.
Intelligence check for me.
That is a 12.
A 12? Okay. You tie the rope off. Looks pretty nice. And you toss the follow end down. Thracken, after a few minutes, you see the tail end of the rope kind of fall down over across you.
All right, Grimm.
But before he starts climbing, I'm gonna yell down, be careful, I'm not too sure how tight this knot is.
We'll hold it too.
Okay, yeah, I'll hold it.
Okay.
Yeah. The knot and you hold it. Yeah. Grimm, you want to head up first and then help Nim pull me up?
Are you gonna catch me if I fall?
Yes.
Okay. I'll try to like climb around.
Okay.
I can
Grimm,
go up.
make an athletics check for me.
Advantage?
Just an athletics check for me.
Damn.
I believe in you. I'm gonna
Very nice.
Come on now.
And now I need you to roll a fate die for me.
Ah, fuck.
It's just like, no,
Does
you don't win
inspiration work
yet.
with fate?
Nope.
Oh no!
All right, so Grimm, you start to climb up. As you are climbing, Nim, you notice that the rock is starting to slowly slide towards the edge.
I'm holding on.
I know you're holding on, but you are like a fulcrum right now. The rock is kind of falling on one side, you're holding, and then the line is on the other side. What are you doing?
How far up am I?
So I'm.
You're getting there.
I'm
You're
holding onto the rope,
almost.
right?
Yeah. You're holding onto the rope. Your anchor is coming loose. Your knot's not. The giant rock that you tied it to, just because of the weight that is on it and the angle, is starting to come loose and tumble towards the edge.
I'm gonna just take a dart out of my pocket, and I'm just gonna try to like jam it into a crack next to me.
Oh god, I think I meant a cigarette.
What?
Okay. Roll one. Nim, roll a fate die for me.
He's just pulling like the well. It's over.
It's all
Pulling
over.
out his
13.
smoked.
Okay, so Nim, as you pull a dart out and you stab it like right towards the edge, as the anchor rock falls closer to it, it kind of catches a flat end, and your dart that is in the ground is enough to kind of stabilize it. And as the rock stops moving, you see the horns followed by the hair, followed by the tiefling that is Grimm, climb up and over the edge, kind of dust themselves off a little bit.
Everything okay up here?
Oh yeah, it's no worries. Anchor cameras, whatever.
Does this look bad? Would OSHA disapprove?
I mean,
What's
as
OSHA?
far as you can tell, just coming up, there's no issues besides Nim just kind of bracing on a rock, and you see like them sticking something into the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna look over the edge.
Health and Safety Administration.
You got a pin?
I don't. I'm gonna look down over the edge. Come on up.
Wait. Hold on. I want to see if I can find another way to reinforce my anchor.
Okay.
Hold up on that.
Make another investigation check for me.
Oh, thank God. 18.
An 18. Okay, you find.
Talking about. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. You find a much larger rock, and this time you untie the rope that you did have and tie it around this larger rock. Between you and Grimm, you get a nice tight knot around it, and you guys are both pretty sure that this is going to hold.
I give it a slap. That ain't going nowhere.
All right, roll fit. No, I'm just joking.
That's what you forgot to do last time.
All right, Thracken, if you would like to make an athletics check with advantage for me.
Okay. 18.
An 18. Very nice. You climb up the other 20 feet, get yourself up to the top, check over their work, and it looks decent. So as you guys look over the edge...
I'll slap the rock as well.
Okay. As y'all look over the edge, and you see Hareson, Zannah, and Levi, and Saint at the bottom. You guys kind of give them the thumbs up. And what I'm going to have you four do is each of you guys just make a singular athletics check for me with advantage.
Hey, Des.
Yes.
Hey, come here real quick.
Are you on the? You're on the bottom still?
Yeah.
I sigh as I walk to the edge and begin to fly down.
Okay.
Or it's more like a glide. It's like a glide.
Yeah.
It's not really.
Honestly, it's more of a fall for about the first half before you pull your wings out and begin to kind of control it. And yeah, without issue, bring yourself to the bottom.
Can you make me small and I just ride you up?
I can make you. I can't. You're medium sized, aren't you? Technically.
Technically, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'll make you small, and I cast reduce.
Okay. I'm assuming you're not gonna fight this.
No.
Okay. So as these small kind of interdimensional spider bots are tossed out of Dez's satchel, they grab onto you and they begin like pulling you. And as they pull you, like your body begins getting smaller and smaller and smaller until you're roughly probably about the size of Hareson.
Hell yeah. You think you can carry me?
I will attempt to carry Saint.
Okay.
Peace.
He's still rather heavy, but you feel like you could carry him without much of an issue.
Alrighty, then I will begin to fly up.
Okay. I would like
my God, this
you,
is what it's like.
Des, to make a... We'll call it a constitution check. Just
Okay.
check with advantage.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a d20 plus 1 in here.
Okay. Roll it twice, by the way.
Okay.
I said advantage.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that. Whoa, that's crazy. It's all right. Nothing's gonna happen.
No,
I have
so
a backup.
You Des, as you're flying Saint up and you're kind of passing your friends as they're beginning to ascend. By the way, yes, Levi, I'm aware of your roles. And they're beginning to ascend. You can feel your muscles straining. It is a lot harder than you thought it would be. And Des, as you finally reach the summit of kind of this little area, you are going to end up taking 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh, great.
God, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, you're a little tiny robot. You're like Clonk, but heavier.
Yeah, much heavier. much heavier. Anyway, back to the group that is climbing. Zannah, eager to get to the top, you tie yourself off to the first rope, you begin to climb. You get to the second rope, you untie, you begin to climb on that one. Untie, you make it the entire way up without any issue. Hareson, you follow, and you tie yourself off, you begin to climb. You as well make it to the top without any issue. Levi, with your rolls, I want you to roll a fate die for me.
Oh, no.
16, okay. So Levi, you do manage to make it up the entire way. However, it is incredibly taxing on you. And as you reach the top, you are tapping into stores of energy you had no idea even existed. And as you get to the top and kind of roll over, splayed out, your muscles screaming at you, you as well take 1 point of exhaustion. But after climbing up this kind of ledge, you can see another cliff face above you, but kind of off to the side of it, it looks like there are a couple of kind of animal tracks, and there's a place that wouldn't be as excruciating of a climb if you chose to go that way. So you have the choice to kind of try another ascent like you guys just did, or to kind of take the back path up the side of this mountain.
Can I look to see how long that would take?
I mean, it wraps up and around, like, out of your view.
I mean, I think we kind of have to. That was the last of my pittance.
Yeah.
I just have pittance on me. I don't have rope.
That's all our rope on.
Yeah, I'm fresh out of rope now, too.
Yeah.
I think we should go the long way. We should just go quickly.
Yeah, up the go path.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Who is helming this event? Okay.
I'll stick towards the front, just so I can try to remember directions.
I got you. So Nim, as you are leading this, go ahead and make a survival check for me.
23.
A 23, very nice. So it's not as taxing on you. It's not obviously a vertical climb. You guys are kind of taking natural switchbacks. There are areas that are difficult and you do have to climb, but the entire group is able to kind of overcome these. After probably about an hour of travel along the back end of this, you guys begin seeing kind of debris laying over your path. Large kind of wooden, burnt wooden boards. You see what appears to be a long rusted kind of arcane cannon sticking out of the side of the wall. You continue climbing a little bit more, and you guys can see what at first appear to be kind of some bleached rocks that as you grow closer, you realize they are fragments of bone. You see torn up seats. You guys can see areas of fabric that have kind of stuck onto the rocks and just been fighting against the wind and nature for the better part of several years.
This must be your airship crash.
And the further that you ascend, the more that this wreckage kind of lays out before you, until you reach kind of another landing. And you can see up above you, there's another probably 60 or so foot cliff before an area that has the majority of the airship kind of sitting upon it.
I can't believe all this is still out here.
Ooh, we made it.
I'll look to Grimm. Is this where you guys crashed?
Yeah.
And then, Ben, does this match the vision I had?
It looks close to it, but you get the kind of sinking feeling that the target of the scry spell was on that higher peak.
The mirror showed me up there. That's where we need to go.
I think that's where we actually stayed while we were here.
So then Zula must have gone back there for some reason. Do you have any idea why? Why she would go back there?
We were retrieved by another airship, right?
Yeah, your father had sent a rescue team out to you.
Yeah, we stayed high so that a rescuing airship could find us.
So would
Maybe
she
it's the
go
same
high
process.
maybe to get a rescuing airship then?
Well, I mean, she knew to do it once. Probably knew to do it again.
Can we see a way up there?
It's very kind of precarious to get up there. There's an area, the three sides of it are almost a pure like cliff face, but the wreckage of the ship kind of hangs over the other side of it to where you could potentially climb up onto the wreckage and then through it to get up there. I don't know if I'm painting the right picture to you, but
You're saying there's probably a way to use the wreckage to find a path, yeah?
yeah.
Kind
So
of like some Uncharted shit.
yeah,
Let's do it. Des, you may actually want to keep an eye out through this wreckage. You might find something useful.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and kind of just be on the lookout.
Okay. What are you specifically looking for?
So I'm mostly looking for any sort of like components like that would oh man, my brain is having a complete meltdown. The power source that would work with not electrical components, but you know, it'd be like something similar.
I got you.
to
Just
that.
general
Yeah.
components. Go ahead and
Yeah,
make an
yeah.
investigation check for me.
Okay. Gotta do these with disadvantage. And then it's a 6.
A 6. Okay. Is you're kind of looking around as everyone else is also, they're looking for a way up. You're looking around for components. You actually don't see any like electrical components, pieces of workable technology, anything. The vast majority of what you're finding is wood and cloth and scrap and a little bit of metal.
Okay, I'll just continue on.
Ben, how high up is the wreckage?
To get to the lowest part of this main wreckage would probably be about 25 to a 30 foot kind of jump. So you'd have to
So
find a way to
would-
get up 25 to 30 feet.
Would a slightly raised voice but not loud enough to like echo, would that be hearable from that distance?
Probably. I mean, it's only 50 feet above you, 50, 60 feet above you.
Yeah, so I'm not like screaming, but I'm kind of like I don't want to alert a dragon that could possibly be here, but can I like, it would be hearable if I just like raise my voice a bit?
Sure.
So I'm gonna call out to Zula.
Yell.
Zula, are you up there?
Up there. Up there. It kind of echoes through the little bit of a valley that you guys are kind of in right now. I wouldn't say really a valley. It's, I don't know.
Like a bowl.
Yeah.
An amphitheater.
Do you guys want me to go first, or do you want me to help boost you guys up there?
You can go first.
Okay. Harrison, do you want to climb on my back?
I was gonna say Harrison's doing like the little arms outstretched, kind of like opening and closing his hands for the
buddy. I
uppies.
see you. You know, I'm feeling generous today. Come on.
All right. As you let Harrison climb up onto your shoulders, Nim and Dez, with your passive perceptions, you can see that your presence has kind of alerted a couple of creatures. And on other parts of the scrap, you can see these probably 1.5 foot tall birds that have climbed out, and they're just kind of watching you. They have kind of a blackish brown coloring on them, and their eyes look to be a beet red. And the defining feature of them, however, is their beak. Instead of kind of being that hooked beak, it comes to a point, almost like an axe, instead of a normal bird beak, if that makes any sense.
Ooh.
Well, there's about 4 of them, and they're just kind of sitting there and watching you guys.
Do I know anything about these birds?
You could make a history or a survival or a nature check for me.
Yeah, do they look like the ones that we saw during the giant, like the Watchers?
15.
A 15. So you know of a lot of, just through cuisine and stuff like that, you know of a lot of Kilhama's kind of flora and fauna and what's edible and stuff. You would know these scavenging birds as axebeaks. Generally, they are kind of inquisitive. They don't really like mess with things a whole lot. But if they see something that is injured or close to death, then they will swarm them. And they're almost like piranhas. They can strip flesh to bone in just a matter of seconds.
How many are there up there?
You can see about 4 right now.
So not like a swarm?
Not.
Are they tasty?
Am I near
It really just depends on how they're cooked. They're more of like a survival meal than anything else. The trick is obviously not injuring one while you're trying to hunt it, because if you do, the rest of the swarm will usually strip it before you can even get to it.
Dang. Fucking cannibals.
Oh yeah. They're like a mixture of vultures and piranhas.
Hey, Grimm?
Yeah.
Those birds don't look anything like the one bird, do they?
By the way, to answer your question, no, they don't look anything like the birds you saw at Titan's Peak.
Okay, not the Watchers.
No, the Watchers were the trees, by the way.
Oh, gotcha. Weird. Okay.
I said this quietly.
What bird?
You know.
Oh. No.
So again, just to be clear, they don't look like they're swarming something?
No, they're just sitting there watching you.
All right, well, time to go up. And I, dust my shoes off, and then start climbing with Hareson on my back.
Okay, there's nothing really to climb here unless you're going up one of these straight faces.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Just because you're carrying someone and you're not as like aerodynamic, go ahead and make your dex check, but do it with disadvantage.
Oh, you fat bitch.
Okay. Man, dude, your cooking's just so good. I can't help.
13.
A 13. Okay. As
like
you
23.
as you kind of get back, Harrison's, not perfectly on your back. He's like shifting around, and if you've ever ridden a motorcycle with someone who's never ridden before, you know how they like kind of like climb all over your back and they're constantly moving and you're having to adjust. It's kind of like that. And so as you step back and you begin to run up the side of this cliff, Harrison's like scrambling to stay on you, and you can't quite find the footholds that you would. You place a foot on what you think is going to be a good foothold, and it crumbles out from under you, and you begin to slip and fall. But I will say that you're able to grab on. You're about 40 feet up right now.
So I'm like practically in the wreckage now, right? Ben?
Well, the area of the wreckage. Here, let me see if I can do.
You said it was like 30 feet up, right?
Real fast, Ben. Can I
do
just like
this.
secure myself on him better, like get a better hold for myself?
Sure.
Cool.
I'm gonna do this. So it might be kind of hard to see, but what I'm imagining right now is there's like the mountain right there, and then there's the wreckage that it's not perfect for it, but there's an area of it that kind of hangs down like that. So you could jump up this way, or you could climb up the cliff this way. Does that make sense?
Oh.
How high of a jump?
So it'd be about 25 to 30 feet if from the ground to this, or it'd be about 60 feet up if you're just gonna go straight up the cliff.
And it's just a straight.
Straight jump.
I don't know if I can jump 30 feet.
I don't think anybody can jump 30 feet.
15
I
on
can
me.
fly 30 feet.
Let me see. Is it 15 or 30?
How do you see your
20.
jump distance?
I can go 20.
How do you see your jump distance?
Your jump distance is your strength mod.
Is this just like a straight, like
think it's
across? It's not like a down 10 feet and then 30 feet across. You know what I mean?
What are you trying to say?
It's just like a straight 30-foot jump.
Yeah,
No other.
that
Okay.
it'd be about 25 feet to the lowest point that you could grab on that.
So strength mod times what?
Nothing. Just your strength mod. Is how far vertically you can jump.
So I
So
can
how
go 0.
far?
Is there a in the overhang? Is there like anywhere that you could tie something? Like at the 30-foot mark? Like is there like a railing or?
You could try to get a rope up in there.
Okay, can I use Mage Hand to tie a rope onto something? I have 30 feet
Sure.
of distance with Mage Hand.
Yeah. Just I'm not even gonna make you roll for it or anything. You do find we'll say it's a kind of a strut that's kind of hanging out. And as your mage hand goes up there, make an intelligence check for your mage hand just for the knot. A 10. Okay. It does manage to tie a knot around kind of this wooden strut. However, as you pull on it, you can see that the wood is rather rotten. So you're not sure how it would hold.
Yeah, use that at your own risk.
You can fly across, but only me.
Can you fly up there and see if she's up there?
Yeah, sure, I can check.
Because if she's up there, we might be able to get her down easier than we can get up.
Maybe. I'll fly up.
Okay, you fly up. As you fly, you can see that the wreckage kind of naturally makes kind of a 3-wall, we'll call it barrier, from the wind or whatever. Think like the hull of a boat, with the open side like out. And then in the center, you can see that it's been like cleared out or whatever. There's a couple places like in the wreckage that you could go up and hide in or whatever, but just your general view on it, you do not see anything.
I'll repeat that through the earpiece.
Okay.
You said there's a hiding space, though. Can you check in there?
Yeah, sure. I'll go down to the hiding space. Very kind of weary.
Okay. As you kind of land, make a investigation check for me.
All right, and then it's +4 to either of these. Oh.
Would have been a nat 20. Instead, it's a dirty 20. All right, Des, being up here, it doesn't look like anyone has been up here. No, he was at disadvantage. It's not a natural 20.
Got it though.
As you look around, you can see in the center there's an area that long ago was like dug out or whatever, and you can still see kind of a couple of pieces of long dried ash at the bottom where like maybe a fire or something was. As you kind of start walking through the wreckage, when you step on the wood, the entire structure like creaks and leans awkwardly. And so you look kind of up into the little cabin that is kind of up and above you. And it doesn't appear that there's anything up in there. You can see a little bit of like cobwebs, but for the most part, it doesn't look like any of this has been disturbed in a very, very long time.
I'll repeat that through the earpiece.
I don't understand. It sent us here.
I'll climb the rest of the way up, but like more carefully.
Okay, go ahead and make a. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You've gotten the vast majority of the way up. So as you climb up and you and Hareson kind of get into this area, again, as you guys step into the actual wreckage to get over to where Des is, the entire thing like creaks and groans awkwardly. Nothing falls, however, but you guys manage to kind of climb through it and get to the same area that Des is. And you guys kind of reach the same conclusion that no one's really been up here for a very long time.
I flip, or Hareson flips Nim a single gold piece as a tip for the ride.
What am I, a cheap hooker?
Thanks for the ride.
I'm gonna call Zula's name slightly louder.
Okay. You call it. Your voice just kind of lofts on the wind and off the side of the mountain.
There gotta be a reason we got sent here.
Do we have anything of Zula's?
Hair.
It's not her hair.
It wasn't
oh, yeah,
her hair.
Right.
The three of you up there, go ahead and make another investigation check for me.
13.
17.
Why is it going through? Oh, fuck. There we go.
Nim. So you guys don't really see anything else as you're up there, just other than this awkward silence. As the wind kind of picks up, though, I will say I'll loop this into Nim's original 20, just so that we're not here all day. But the wind kind of picks up a little bit, and some of the sand around kind of the campfire area shifts a little bit, revealing what appears to be kind of a bleached rock dug under the sand. And Nim, you would have seen that.
Well, what the fuck is that? Can I point over to it?
Let's go find out.
I walk on over and I crouch down and I wipe more dirt off of it.
Okay. As you wipe kind of the top layer of dust away from this, it's not a rock, but it's in fact the side of a jaw. You can see as you kind of push the sand out of the way, there are several other bones that are kind of strewn under the sand around this kind of campfire area.
Is it humanoid or is it?
It's humanoid.
I'll go ahead and walk over and start looking at the bones, and I'll go ahead and cast Identify.
Okay.
Just to make
Pancake,
sure.
was that a reference to a meme? When you hear that there's a jaw and you ask, I think it's a bird.
No, it's something that you guys have heard several times.
It
Des,
might have been KFC.
All right, Des, as you kind of pull the pearl out and you begin to concentrate, you start to see visions throughout your head, and they all begin to kind of hit you at the same time. You see a look out along the jagged sea. You can see ships kind of sailing through the narrow strait towards the Strait of Saranta. It shifts again. You see several children in a room, and you can see what appears to be the figures of two adults. One of them appears to be male, and he's kind of playing with the other ones, changing his nose from like a bird shape to a humanoid shape to a cat shape, as all the kids giggle around him. It shifts again, and you can see, just from first-person perspective, a lute being played, and a look over at, almost like looking in a mirror, another little girl standing on the other side of the room, also playing the lute. You get another shift, and you see a letter welcoming you to the Bard's College in Kilhema. And as the letter is put down, you can see that same little girl, a little bit older, with a tear kind of coming out of her eye on the other side, reading another letter. You see one more shift, and you're in an airship with a bag at the ready, and you can see a slightly younger Grimm sitting next to you, smiling. You can see an older Aarakocra across the room from you, and then you can see a figure sleeping in a black robe, and that is the last image that you get.
I sigh as I look up from the. Is it like I'm like looking into the pearl, I would assume.
Yeah, I would like to say that, like, you kind of close your eyes and all of this is just memories in your head.
Okay. Then I open my eyes and I'm like a tear falls, and I just kind of like nod and stand up and I say, I think this is her. I don't say that into the earpiece, not yet.
Nim kind of like purses his lips and just like looks down at the ground, just like contemplating. Well, what do we say? Do we tell her now, or?
I mean, I think that we should bring her here, at least, and tell her at least here, instead of over an earpiece.
I call up. Did you guys find her?
You may want to come up here and see this. We should find a way to get everyone through here.
Who's left that isn't up there?
It would be Levi, Grimm, Zannah, Saint, and Thracken.
So, okay. Oh, fuck.
Can Saint like chuck us?
I'll reach my hand out to Zannah. And I will begin to cast Dimension Door, but you know, I'm not gonna just grab you, so I can get us up.
I'll meet you up there.
Okay.
I'm gonna start heading the way up.
Yeah.
And I'll use Misty Steps where I can to make it easy.
All right.
So if Zannah wants, I will Dimension Door us up
Yes.
there.
Okay.
Okay.
So as you take Levi's hand, he kind of pulls you in, almost like he's giving you a hug, as you guys fall backwards into his cloak. And the cloak disappears, and you guys reappear up, standing next to your friends.
I'm gonna run up to them and say, "Did you see anything? Any idea where she's at?"
I'll just kind of like close my eyes and like just like bow my head, and I'll just say I'm sorry, and I'll like kind of like motion towards the bones in the dirt. I've confirmed that it's her. I don't know what to say.
I look slowly down at the bones.
Yep. Like I said, you can see probably 4 or 5 bones half buried in the dust.
No.
But like, why? Why here?
No.
Have I made it up
No.
there yet?
Yeah. As she kind of drops down to her knees, kind of in the area, you appear right behind her.
What's going
No,
on?
this can't be.
Grimm just kind of walks up behind Zannah and kneels down next to her.
Tears are streaming down her face as she picks the bones up.
They are incredibly fragile. They're old. They've been up here exposed to the elements for quite some time.
Can I see how long?
Make a medicine check.
A 16.
16? I mean, it's really hard to say, but by the kind of bleaching on them, the state of kind of decay on them a little bit, multiple years.
Huh?
That.
Wait.
Well, like, did you like repeat? Did you tell us that it looks like they've been here a while? I'll just be like mad and be like, yo, what the hell?
I'm kind of crying right now, but in between sobs I say, I thought you said you just lost her recently. How long ago did you lose her?
Weeks? I don't even think weeks, no?
Like a month.
I think you guys have been traveling for about 2 months.
Okay, so then, yeah, just months, I mean.
2 months.
Like a month or more, maybe a little more.
Just a couple months.
Did you guys leave the mountain with her?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold up.
Who was that?
Who said that?
God speaking to us.
So you guys left the mountain with her? Doesn't make sense. Why is she here?
And why are the bones so old?
That's not.
She went to the beach that makes you old.
Zannah, maybe you should use that mirror again.
Yeah, I'll dig into my bag and grab it.
Okay. You grab the silver mirror, and as you bite through the tears to repeat the words, and they glow kind of that pale blue, the image on the mirror turns cloudy and begins to kind of spin around. And it turns into clouds on a bright day, and those clouds begin to open up, and you can see the wreckage on the side of a cliff with 5 figures standing around an area, and it continues to get closer and closer before fading back out to nothingness.
Wait. Does Zannah
So-
that's been with us all along have been a fake?
Zannah, I need you to
Or
roll. Zannah, I need you to roll a d10 for me.
Okay.
Wait, what?
And as the as the mirror goes back to normal, you can see the elvish runes begin to disappear around the edge until you are holding a common silver mirror. No longer
I start
charged by
screaming
mana.
at the mirror. No, 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 you stupid bastard! You cheated! You didn't show me her! And I'm gonna get very upset.
Okay.
And almost like I'm gonna go to slam it on the ground. Like
You may as well.
I'm gonna
How
look
well
at.
did you know Zula?
Zannah, you smash it on the ground, and in through tears and everything else, you can see the shards of glass kind of spread across the area in front of you.
Can I climb up?
Yeah, make an athletics check for me.
Levi, I met Zula on the plane.
Damn it.
It takes you a long time, Thracken, but you do eventually get up there.
Okay.
yeah, as he climbs up, I get up and I'll storm out.
Maybe.
What a miss.
This is Zula.
I brush past you like in tears and what a miss.
Does the bones look as old as the crash site or newer than the crash site?
You make an insight check for me. I would say with a 15, I mean, it's hard to tell, but I mean, roughly about the same amount of time.
So if this is Zula, who was with you guys when you left?
Probably that imposter lady.
The whole time?
Wait.
I don't
If her bones
understand.
were here, she died here.
But we left. We got off it. We got out of here.
Who was left after the ship crashed?
I start rummaging through my memories.
Make a history check for me. I mean, it's not going to be a hard history check.
Yeah. History. Oop. Proficient in that bitch.
A 13. Once you woke up from the crash in this area, it was you, and it was Zula, and the dead Arakakra.
Shoot. When I woke up, it was just me, Zula, and Kentucky was already dead. Was Zula already like up and awake when I
Yep.
woke up?
She was up, she had the fire going.
I'm a bitch.
Was there anybody else on the ship with you guys before the crash?
I mean, there was quite a few passengers. You kind of saw them all down the path. Was there anybody else like of notable reference? Like, was there anybody important on that airship?
You're not 100% sure. The only people that you really interacted with were the other 3 people in the cabin with you.
Wait, other 3?
Yep.
Me, Zula.
There was you, Zula, Kentucky, and then there was the figure in the black cloak that was sleeping the whole time.
The guy in the black cloak.
There's a guy in a black cloak.
Well, I mean, there was in the cabin, but
Des,
I thought he was sleeping.
Des, you saw a figure in a black cloak in your vision from Identify as well.
Oh, okay. I did.
Where was Kentucky when you found him?
I point out the location. So it was just like, it wasn't that far from here, right?
Right where there are currently bones on the ground.
Yeah.
Do the bones? What kind of creature do the bones look like?
I mean, you can't tell. It's humanoid.
Well, you know,
Des found a jaw.
Does the jaw like humanoid or
It is
just
a jaw and not a beak, like an arcocker
Okay.
would have.
Okay, that's what I was. If that's where I was going with that.
I mean, I was like touching the jaw when I
Yeah,
did
when
the
you-
identify.
yeah.
Yeah. These are deductions that are happening in my head. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone.
I'm just like rubbing their eyes.
So I have a question for you guys. Were you in contact with the collectors before the crash?
No.
Was I?
No, the collectors are recent.
Years. This is like years, right?
Yeah.
Ago.
I didn't know if that was before or after I started trying to contact them.
No, it was after.
Okay.
Well, so the crash happened when you were on business for your father. And then several years after that is when you contacted the collectors and you received the medallion.
Okay.
No, it wouldn't be.
Yeah,
That
being the
hard to
collectors
believe.
doesn't line up, like, time-wise.
It is not hard to believe that the Zula that we met was actually never her. Considering how
Yeah,
sneaky
that's
the collectors are.
That's what I'm thinking now, and especially just considering the age of the bones. And I mean, to my knowledge, there's no way to go. You know what I mean? It wouldn't make sense, and especially considering changelings. You know.
But that means that there was another changeling on the ship because Grimm left with Zula. Quote unquote.
Then maybe could.
The cloaked figure.
Yeah, maybe that cloaked figure is the changeling and just stepped in at the opportune time. Like, observed Zula long enough to understand her mannerisms. I feel like Nancy Drew right now.
What do they gain from? What would someone gain from switching identities there like that? Why would it matter?
An inside to. I don't. I mean, it makes it feel like somebody planned us all eventually getting together.
Yeah, but this is years ago.
That's what I'm saying. It could even the wheels could have been kicked into motion even then.
Grimm just gets up
My
and starts
reason-
walking towards Zannah.
I mean, we were the unwitting assassins of a massive political figure that would take years to plan.
Okay, we can say that quieter.
I mean, we're on a mountain.
Well,
Yeah, I'm outside that area. I'm just sitting, dangling my feet over the cliff, just sobbing.
Grimm comes, sits next to you, and just starts dangling their feet next to you too. I really don't have anything to say other than I'm sorry.
I thought you left with her.
I thought I did too. Someone who looked like her did.
So she's been dead this whole time?
I mean, you saw the bones. Des is usually pretty spot on with that identify.
Is there a chance that he could be wrong? And I'll look to him and my eyes are so filled with water and hope.
When you look up, like Grimm's eyes are also like pretty teary. I don't think it works that way. Sorry.
I don't know what to do.
Well, the chances are she probably didn't suffer.
But who would take her form? Who would do that? Who would take her form, masquerading as her?
I don't know. We know there was a cloaked man that was in the garden with us.
Cloaked man.
Yeah, he had a black cloak.
So could he be another changeling?
You would know better than I. Are there a lot of changelings?
Well,
You're the only one I...
My family, we're all changelings.
How many families are there?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I guess I'm looking for answers too.
Well, at least I know where she's at now. Sorry to drag you guys up here.
No, I needed to come look for her too. What are you going to do now, though?
I need to find out who took her form and why. Maybe they caused that airship to crash or something.
Yeah, I'm starting to think it wasn't an accident after all.
That airship was headed to kill Hama?
Yep.
Then that's where I'm going.
Maybe you should stick with us.
Would you help me find who this person is?
Yeah. I can't just let that go.
Dramatic stare out into the distance, long pause. I'll go with you.
Well, let's see if the others have put anything together, huh?
Yeah. I'll get up and head back in.
I will follow.
Hareson,
Hey,
you said that you have the ability to scry, like the mirror, right?
well, similar. I can use divination.
But I mean differently than the thing that we did with you before.
Different. What?
Like the same spell.
Wait, I'm confused.
He's asking if you have access to the scry spell.
No, I don't have scry. I do not have scry.
Fuck. If we still had the mirror, I could have used it to scry on whoever we were talking to before.
Oh shit!
But I
Because-
broke it.
Because we specifically scried on Zula, not who we talked to.
Well, how does it work? Because I'm sure there's plenty of cloaked figures out in the world.
No.
The form of
Since I-
Zulu we were talking to.
Whoever the person we were talking to before, that was pretending to be Zula, we might have been able to scry on it. What a terrible one! Fuck, that sucks.
I'm so sorry.
No. Hey, this is your storyline.
True. Cinematically, that actually is perfect, but it's very inconvenient.
I've never shattered 15,000 gold like that.
Well, we don't have any, and I'm like looking towards Des, Saint, and Grimm when I say this.
Saint's not up there with you. You guys left Saint down by the axe beaks.
Fuck. Just like
you like
Now they're kicking Ron
you look
around.
you look over the edge and Saint's still just like standing there looking up towards you guys. He's got like an axe beak perched up on his shoulder.
Hello.
Motherfucker's Bastion.
we don't have anything that person ever gave us, do we?
No.
Like nothing, not even no matter how insignificant. I just don't understand what someone has to gain from that.
I'm starting to get a little afraid that this is somehow tied into a bigger plot with us being fucked over by the collectors.
What, years ago?
Who would benefit from taking on the form of?
Well, they took Zula's form and it led us to all finding the collectors and poisoning the king, and yeah. But why would they target?
I just don't know why they target her or take on her form. Unless she just doesn't seem threatening, maybe that's why.
Maybe they noticed that they were getting close to me, the heir to a house.
Was it obvious that you were who you were then? Or were you being low key?
I mean, I wouldn't
Well, if they're actually
be loud about it.
know
Yeah.
anything. So
Were you friends with Zula before the crash?
We met on that plane, on that ship.
before the crash.
Like, were you talking to her at all? Like, bonding with her at all?
I just said we met on the ship.
Yeah.
we had the same cabin and we got along well, along with Kentucky.
I'm at a loss. I don't know.
Can I do my own little look around of the site?
Sure. What are you looking for?
Answers.
Be a little more
Anything to do
specific.
with- Anything to do with this cloaked guy, anything to do with other passengers, anything to do with that kind, like, I'm trying to figure out like what the motive or anything like that of someone to just take Zula's form would be.
Got you. So I'm not gonna make you roll. But as you look around, just searching for anything, searching for answers, searching for whatever. You don't turn anything up. The only thing up here is the campfire, the wreckage, and the bones. You even, for a minute, think there might be other bones, and so you start going around and just kind of digging through whatever dust that you can find, looking under pieces of wood, anything, and there's nothing else that you can see up here.
I'm trying to rummage through my memories to see if there's anything that sticks out as weird during that whole, like, week before rescue, or even after rescue.
Everything that you remember is just sitting there. You know, you woke up, Zula was there, you guys kind of reconnected, went over each other, seeing if you guys were hurt, anything like that. You awkwardly sat for a couple of days, you know, just chit-chatting about anything. You assured her that, you know, once your father found out that the airship had crashed, you were on important business, and so he would send someone to find you. The days continued on, and eventually you guys had come to the conclusion that you guys were going to have to eat the available meal that you had, no matter how disgusting or taboo it would be. You promised to keep it between the two of you. And you guys just kind of continued along that way for about 10 days until the sounds of the airship had appeared. Your father's guards got out, did a little bit of, you know, healing on a couple of bumps and bruises that you guys had, loaded you guys up. You guys went back to Numerez right away. Zula had gotten on, your father had gotten an additional airship to take Zula back home, and you guys went on with your life, and you didn't see her again until that day at the Diamond Plaza.
Where did that trip originate from towards
What do you mean?
Killhammer? Was it from Numerez to
Yeah.
Killhammer? What the hell was Zula doing in Numerez?
I mean, you picked up other people on the way. So you had gotten on it at Numerez. You then went and kind of flew over the Titan's Peak. You picked some people up at Burke. That's when Zula got on. And then that is when you headed towards Killhammer.
Gotcha.
So I've agreed to stay with you guys, and we'll go to Killhammer because whoever took her form has got to be there. So I think we should just move on, since we're heading that way anyway.
Well, we were gonna go to Numerez next.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're picking up Olsen's airship too, remember?
Will you guys help me find him? Or whoever this person is?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is all connected in some way. And I don't like being made a fool.
So then should we go?
I think we should. Should we maybe make a better grave?
I'm gonna gather what pieces of Zula is there.
I'll help.
Spend a little bit of time collecting pieces of bones and the fragments, being careful with them.
I bury them in the ground on the peak overlooking the cliff. At least you have a good view. And I'll play a Song of Lament for her.
Once the song finishes, silence once again fills the range around you. You look over, Saint now has 6 axe beaks standing on him.
Hello.
Wait.
Big summer blowout.
Big summer blowout.
Hold on.
Yo.
Wait, hold on. There's more X peaks.
Hey, you said
Some
those things are
things
good
are-
eats, right? You think you could like? just,
Oh,
like-
no. That some around here is dying if they're gathering like this. They
Or-
they don't gather like this for nothing.
Make an insight check for me. There's your natural 20.
Yeah.
They seem to be coming out of like the bits of the wreckage. Like this is kind of where they live. This is where they have congregated and begun to call home. And just the more noise that you make, the more of them get curious and come out.
Maybe not then. Maybe this is just their home.
I think Saint's their new home. I get up, I try to be a little funny, but it's not a very good attempt.
Well, I believe we have plans to keep. Let's go ahead and get out of here.
Do we camp here? Or do we go down now?
I would say by the time all of this is over, it's probably about 4 in the afternoon-ish.
And then we should go back down to the mammoths then.
It should be easier going down than it was coming up.
Going down's the easy part.
So can you
Exactly.
grab us a few of those axe beaks for us so we can have some meals later? Nim can probably cook us out something nice with those.
Yoo-hoo.
Saint, just snatch a couple of those.
He's on screensaver mode.
Just on sentry mode right now.
I shake the mouse.
Saint is currently replaying tales of the Ice Queen of the Frozen Norths.
I shake his hand.
I got you see in my eyes, and it's just Shrek playing.
Somebody wants to...
Tell me.
And copyright claimed.
It's like pictures of like it's like a slideshow of like ladybugs and then like blue skies and a green hill.
As you wake Saint from screensaver mode, you guys begin to descend the way that you came. Before you guys, it takes you probably about an hour to get back to the cliff that has all your pittance and stuff on it. And as you guys begin to descend, Zula and Zannah and Grimm, aside from Thracken, you are the last two to leave. You guys take just a minute or two to look back up at the peak before going down the ropes behind you, followed by Thracken who is collecting the ropes and the pittons on the way down. Once you guys reach the bottom, your mammoths are not where you left them.
God damn it.
Shit.
But after looking around for just a second, you realize that they're just down the road a little bit. They found a couple of like bushes, and they're just sitting there like eating them. So
Way to scare us.
they didn't stray far.
Can't do that to us.
Oh, you scared me, Big E.
Oh, little mammoth. Look at you. Little as ever.
You say that as it's still like 20 feet tall. 15 feet.
Yeah, tiny. That's what I thought.
By the time you guys get down, it's probably about 6-ish, 7-ish.
How much light do we have left?
You can see the sun starting to go down. 2 moons, 1 sun. My bad. Being up in the mountains, you have a little bit more daylight than you would if you were in kind of the lowlands or whatever, but you still probably have about 2-ish hours of light left.
I forget. Where were we going next after this? Were we going to Pondmont or were we going back to Ogden?
I think it was back to Ogden to pick up the guy.
And then
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
Take the train to Pondmont to grab the airship.
Yep.
And then we could go anywhere.
I can fly anywhere.
Well, maybe we should just take the night to camp here since we've kind of already had a camp spot made here.
Yeah,
I'm exhausted.
I agree.
I am too from all my tears.
Hey, you know what's good about crying?
What?
It makes your brain feel good after you're done.
Thank you.
God,
Kraken.
that,
You feel good, Zannah?
I'm
not
pretty
here.
sure. I'm
Word
pretty
for
sure
real.
some wise sage once said those exact words.
Yeah,
What's Thraken's charisma?
it's not high at all.
Make a
I feel like that.
Not in
I
real
feel like
life,
that
but,
advice should get inspiration. How fucking on point I feel like it was.
Oh my god.
I'll look to Thraken and say, it may make my brain feel better, but my heart still hurts. And I'll go lay down.
Well, for that, you'll need time.
So
And
wise.
killing things helps too, you know.
Hmm.
Let the anger out.
Yeah,
But yeah, all right.
maybe.
Enough golden nuggets of wisdom. Go get some sleep.
Thank you.
You really are too wise for your own good.
A future chieftain right there.
Yeah.
Shut up, guys.
Crying,
Makes you
walks-
feel good
but
after.
crying makes your brain
Walks
feel
away
good.
doing like the Fonk walk. He's got his chin and his chest up towards the sky, like all proud.
Mewing.
You're damn right. No, he's walking away. He's like hitting his head, like, stupid. That was stupid. Why'd you say that?
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right. That's so much better. I forgot about that.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do before you guys go to sleep tonight?
Nah.
I'm just really disturbed that we just had a person that wasn't actually that person with us. Like, I
Yeah.
don't even know Zula. I've never met her. I don't
Grimm's-
even know who that person is.
Probably like staying up for a while, just kind of like mind fucked back against a rock staring at this guy.
I'd probably be chatting with you about how fucking ridiculous this is.
How the fuck did we get here?
Can I make some more messenger balls?
Sure, go for it. Make your what do we call it? An intelligence check?
Yeah, I think it was an intelligence check.
Yeah, go for it.
Wait, it'd be a disadvantage since the exhaustion, huh?
It would, but Clonk would give you make it a straight roll for you.
He's gonna pick up the slack.
Dude,
Clonk is the
Clonk's
man.
actually coming through for once, you know? He's like, you didn't kill me today, thank you.
Oh,
18.
Comes out to, there's a bonus too, 22.
A 22? Alright. You can go ahead and make 3 additional balls.
Wow.
Starting to get these this inventing thing down on lock.
Hey, Levi.
yeah.
We're gonna have quite a few days of travel ahead of us. Think maybe you could touch up a few other tattoos.
Yeah. Definitely let me have a day of rest.
Yeah.
But after that, anytime you want anything, you just let me know. I still have I have ink, a bunch of ink left. So as far as special tattoos go, I can still do those, but I need gems and stuff.
Oh, okay. I'll keep an eye out for some of them.
Uncut gems.
Uncut gems.
I fucking know it.
Just a quick reminder, your tent does not relieve exhaustion.
Great.
Yeah, that's bad.
So.
What if I added a live, laugh, love sign? Would it make a cozy enough place?
It would get spit out when you guys folded the tent back up.
Dang.
Too bad we go.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys all doze off for the night, some of you guys dream of memories, some of you guys wrestle with newfound discoveries, but eventually you all do fall asleep. I know it's super early tonight, but I think I'm going to end the session there.